What's up, everybody? It's time for another one of my live streams. Exhausted already. Need to bring this down a little bit. There we go. What is up, people? Yes, the Pennsylvania Sensation's back for another live stream. We've, of course, got the No DQ 24/7 Championship on the line this stream. And we're just about another week out from Extreme Rules, so that'll be a fun one, too. How's everybody doing today? I gotta keep track of who's all champion. If we get enough champions, I might give out a free spin today. We'll see. But last time, the reason for me kicking off with the not too bad, Don. How's it going? The reason I kicked off with the stream last time, or this time with the HBK entrance, was last stream. Noah Foster became the No DQ 24/7 champion just as my stream was ending. So I didn't get his spin in the stream in time. So I kicked it off with HBK this time around. So we will see who becomes the champion today and see how many spins we get. This is 7-7. So we got a clean slate as far as the 24/7 championship is concerned. So, no current champion. But hopefully, I need to get this link tweeted out, and then we'll be good to go. So how's everyone doing? What's up, Domestic Butler? How you doing? Make sure I get this all squared away. So yeah, I missed last week just because I had my nephew's birthday party to go to, so that's why I wasn't available for the stream last week. But I'm here this week. I'll be here next week for the Extreme Rules pre-show, and we'll go from there. Send off links to people. Okay. Mr. Anderson, what's up? Daniel says, like that HBK entrance. I appreciate that. Big Rocker John said, will Shane McMahon win the WWE Championship from Kofi at SummerSlam? I originally thought that was going to be a possibility for that match to happen. Based on the fact that Bischoff and Heyman are taking over, I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. We'll see. I would like to see it happen, and maybe that could lead to the whole heel turn, be like, he could beat Shane on his own, and then the New Day turned against him. Don Wooding, so I see you and Aaron had lunch to talk WTC. Any news to share? We haven't had any discussions about it since it happened. I'm also in the midst of a wrestling trivia tournament at the moment. The Mark World Order, you can follow them, MWO, the word for, FOR, life, MWO for life. Go follow them on Twitter. They do a tournament to determine who is the greatest wrestling trivia night over there. And I've entered in that tournament. My first round episode is up, if you want to go check it out. It's a little different setup than WTC, but I kind of like it. Test out my trivia chops a little bit more. But go check them out. They're good people. The Crow. Could we see Aleister Black versus Bray Wyatt at Extreme Rules? Both. Are you saying both can afford to lose right now or can't? I don't see it being Bray Wyatt. I really don't. I'm not sure where Bray factors into this. He might appear at Extreme Rules. I don't think it's going to be against Aleister Black. Can't. Okay, yeah. That's why I don't see two people that really need the momentum. They're not going to put them against each other this soon. They're going to give Aleister Black a tough challenge, and he's going to overcome it. Black's going to win Extreme Rules. Because it really wouldn't benefit him if he lost. Domestic Butler, how's your weekend been, Greg? Not too bad. Finally getting a chill day. This is actually very relaxing for me. It's nice to just be here and sit. And I guess the wheel is in the shop a little bit. But we'll... Hopefully this will be a good stream. I'm hoping... 2 weeks ago was a very good stream because it was probably one of our most popular ones to do. And it was very... it was a very entertaining one. Did a whole lot of stuff. Did entrances. I sang songs. I friggin' sang Spice Girls because Aaron requested that of me. So yeah, anytime the wheel is in play, very interesting things happen. And apparently, me being able to speak is not among them. Buddy Murphy versus Aleister. Then I don't know. They were supposed to call Buddy Murphy up to SmackDown, and they haven't done anything with him. Maybe he should just stay on 205. It's like bringing him up to SmackDown doesn't seem. They need to stop bringing on so many people at once because they can't fit them all in. Don Wooding, have you decided yet to go to SummerSlam next month to meet up here in Canada? I won't be able to go. Barring a lottery win, which even then seems like it would take a while for it to get here, I will not be making it up to Canada. Maybe in a future no DQ event, but I was hoping to make it up for SummerSlam, and I can't. Lots of stuff going on with work. I'm actually going to be switching jobs here soon. So we'll see what happens. Greg, 9 more Sundays till football. You excited? I cannot freaking wait. And I'm glad college football starts before the NFL. Well, at least before the regular season. I am definitely excited to get back to football. In fact, I'll probably, on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/LuckyTheDraw, I will probably be streaming reactions to football games. I may not be able to do all of them. I'm going to try to do all the Irish games. Whether all the Steelers games happen or not. I may not do as many streams during football season, if that makes any sense. Just because Steelers Sundays, and depending on when they play. If they play later at nights, then I'll probably do it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I haven't decided how that's going to work yet. But through the summer and stuff, and through when it's not football season, when the Steelers aren't playing, I'll probably be on here. Even then, I might just turn the game on and be like, hey, we're going to watch the game together. Mike Nixon, do you have a link to your channel so I can subscribe? It's right on the screen, right there. youtube.com/LuckyTheDraw. If you go subscribe, you get like a fun noise happening too. Like there'll be a graphic that says you subscribe, so at least during the course of this. Mr. Anderson, do you think Bray Wyatt is Roman Reigns' mystery partner and then he turns on Reigns? No. I feel like since Shane is picking the partner, it's going to be like some doofus. So it's not going to be like a big surprise. If you're setting yourself up for a big surprise, like Shane McMahon's going to do something to benefit Roman, no, it's not going to happen. He's going to look for the biggest doofus in the world somebody who's either never competed or never won or something like that, like a James Ellsworth. It won't be Ellsworth, but it'll be, I don't know, it'll be somebody who is not going to be beneficial to Reigns. Domestic Butler. What early retirement in wrestling shocked you the most? Mine was Edge. I would have to agree. I mean, that was a shocker because it kind of came out of nowhere. Glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious. I felt bad for her. She was done. I felt bad for her. The Crow. What were your thoughts on the Street Profits botch at the beginning of Raw? There we go. Volume up. That's fine. Mike Nixon just subscribed, so appreciate the subscription to my channel. You can go check out the 10th anniversary game of Luck of the Draw. That'd be great. Go do that. And not right now, but it's a good one. Y2 Woody, hey, Mr. Cherry. How's it going? What were your thoughts on the Street Profits botch at the beginning of Raw? Not that. I don't think it was as much of a botch as they were just trying to showcase a little bit of the Street Profits being on there. Or are you talking about the Instagram post where they said the Street Profits and had AEW in the description? Not sure which one you mean. They're not going to be called up as NXT Tag Team Champions. And yes, I know that the Viking Raiders were, which they've been relegated to main event, so why were they called up? If you're bringing up new talent just to relegate them to your C show, don't call them up. Don't call them up unless you got a plan for them. Mr. Anderson, do you miss the days when WWE didn't have a pay-per-view every other 3 weeks? I'm tired of too many pay-per-views on the network. I miss the days when there were only 12 pay-per-views, and we knew which pay-per-views were coming up. I brought that up to Aaron not too long ago. It's ridiculous that they have so many. I understand you want to utilize the network to its fullest capacity. I get that. But if you saturate the market with just your stuff, it's going to get a little tiresome. It really is. Mike Gonzalez, hey Greg, hey, what's going on, Mike? The Real IC and 42nd Street Matthew are both in the house. Good to see both. Y2 Woody, what would be the female version of the King of the Ring? The Mae Young Classic. It's pretty much what it is. Greg, did you notice all three leaders of stables are champs? Rollins, Kofi, and Becky, and Adam Cole. That's 4. Is Kofi really the leader of the New Day, though? I never saw Kofi as the leader. I always saw... I actually never saw Kofi as the leader at all. I would say E or Woods. Woods being, the guiding force, and Big E being the muscle. I never saw Kofi as the actual leader. I never really saw any of the 3 of them as leader. Yeah, they want to... I didn't see Becky as the leader of the Horsewomen because that wasn't a real stable. I never saw Rollins as the leader of the Shield either. I know he was the architect. Adam Cole's really the only one who fits. Adam Cole is the clear leader of the Undisputed Era. But yeah, they all are champs, at least for now. Mike Nixon, I wish WWE do a little more false count anywhere matches and fight backstage like the old days. Well, if Raw last week was any indication, then you might get that because they exploded the frickin' stage on Raw. So I don't know. Chris Mays wanted to drop in and say hi. I wanted to ask you. My girlfriend is wrestling in her first match in August. I wanted to know if I sent you the match, would you check it out and give your thoughts? Sure. Yeah, just send me a link on Twitter at PA Sensation, which I'm surprised I don't have my Twitter handle on here after so many weeks of doing this. Y2 Woody, I'm watching this in the bath. Is that weird? A little bit. As long as all you do is watching and no extracurriculars. Domestic Butler, do you think any of Shane's sons will wrestle? Possibly. I don't think any of them are old enough to yet. But possibly. We might see Declan McMahon in the future. I mean, it's the family business. All of them are going to be in the ring at some point, right? The real IC just got back from watching Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. Oh, the original cartoon. Oh, cool. I haven't seen that in a while. Mr. Anderson, I'm glad Kofi is showing some character. I never thought I'd see Kofi give the middle finger to anyone. Well, there you go. I mean, if they're really going for the edgy product, I'm totally fine with it. They start like delving into TV 14. It's going to be a good thing. The Crow. I always thought Ambrose was leader and would get a bigger push than Reigns and Rollins. Yeah, a lot of people thought Ambrose was the leader of the Shield. Which made sense. I mean, he kind of was. Reigns was the muscle, Rollins was the brains, and Ambrose was like the general. The Crow, Birdie versus Sky Monroe versus Nicholas, WrestleMania 52. Well, Nicholas already has the edge as far as in-ring experience goes. He's competed at a WrestleMania. Domestic Butler, do you think Raw and SmackDown will get new looks, especially Raw with a new set? I hope so. I hope they look different. I want to see a big SmackDown fist. That's what I want to see. Does anybody honestly believe WWE is leaning towards TV 14? I hope so. I hope they go to a new initiative with WWE that they need something to spice up their television. Because the TV PG is wearing on us hard. Y2 Woody, hard to believe it's 5 years nearly since CM Punk podcast. It was incredible at the time and still now so funny to listen back. Yeah, now CM Punk is suing Colt Cabana. So that didn't age well for those two. Greg, who did it better, Nexus or the Shield? Shield. Nexus was dead away 2 months into the stable because they lost to Cena at SummerSlam. It killed the entire dynamic of the group. Yeah, I know you had Cena join Nexus later, like a couple months later, but the shine was gone once they lost at SummerSlam. It's one of those great what-if moments. If they would have won at SummerSlam, they would have been huge. But when you squash them, it's like... It's such a bad idea. Such a bad idea. Really, see, if they do, maybe can reserve graphic violence and blood for pay-per-views. Yeah. I mean, the pay-per-views are network exclusive, so they can really do whatever they want on that. Who was the leader of the new ECW group? The group with Kevin Thorne and so on. I forget who else was in that group. Are you talking about the new breed with Kevin Thorne, Matt Striker, freaking Marcus Corvon, and Pope, Elijah Burke. I always thought Elijah Burke was the leader of that. I thought Elijah Burke led that group, and they didn't really do a whole lot. Greg, please help convince me to watch WWE again. Well, if Raw and SmackDown this past week are any indication, the product's going to get a little more edgy. We'll see if that's sustained. Hopefully it will be. Greg, did you hear Cena tell TMZ he was retiring? Thought he'd break Flair's record first. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that anywhere. If you could link me or show that to me on Twitter, then That'd be good, but I haven't seen that personally. I don't think there's anything else he needs to do, so. 42nd Street Matthew, did you see the new WWE YouTube show, WWE Reimagined? Saw the first one earlier. They were talking about if Taker joined WCW during the Monday Night Wars. Sting addresses things. I mean, that might have been interesting. In fact, I heard that was a rumor in '99 that Taker was threatening to jump to WCW. That would have been really interesting if he would have done that. He probably couldn't have done the full Dead Man gimmick. He probably would have just been the Biker Taker in WCW. I haven't seen it. I'll go check it out, though. Your thoughts on AEW, the good and the bad? Everybody is freaking out about the chair shot from Shawn Spears to Cody Rhodes. And it's like, have you never seen the Foley and Rock match from the '99 Rumble? If you want to see brutality, that's brutality. One chair shot to the head, he's going to be fine. We don't see those very much at all anymore. So, but AEW is doing well. Somebody told me Fight for the Fallen was happening tonight, which seems a little soon to be doing another show. But I don't know. I figured it was like later in the month. Mike Nixon. So since Mysterio is going to be on Raw, is he cleared now? I would guess. Otherwise, they wouldn't put him back on the show. Greg, when are you going to do some more WrestleMania 2000 video game stuff? Yeah, I've been terrible about doing that. I had some filmed, I had some in the can, and then I just never got back to filming, and then I ran out of episodes to upload. So I will get back to it. It's still in the N64, so I still need to play it. I will get around to it. 42nd Street Matthew. They frame it in '97. It's about 8 minutes long. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. Greg, do you like the idea Roman beats Kofi, Fox debut Rollins Souls Championship, Rollins versus Reigns, Champ versus Champ Survivor Series 2019? I don't know. I don't need to see the Shield guys interacting with each other anymore. Ambrose isn't there anymore. Moxley's in AEW. There's no need to continually bring up the Shield stuff. It's over. 42nd Street Matthew. But the chair shot was the last thing they should be complaining about. They had so much stupid indie bullshit that's going to make AEW look stupid on a mainstream level. Well, when you have a bunch of indie guys running a company, that's what's going to happen. I don't say that as a knock to AEW. I want them to succeed, but Cody really needs to reel them back a little bit. Foley is like he's not mentally challenged from those shots. Yeah, I'm surprised he's not too. Fight for the Falls next Saturday. Okay, somebody told me it was tonight. Slammiversary is tonight. It's going to be a hell of a lot more extreme than mundane rules. We'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping Extreme Rules is a decent show. Especially if it's going to be Heyman and Bischoff running it. They should be able to put on something decent. Give it a chance. I mean, we didn't think Stomping Grounds was going to be that great of a show. Like, everybody was burying Stomping Grounds, and it ended up being decent. It wasn't like a fantastic blow you out of the water show, but it was better than we expected. So, give it a chance. The Crow. Greg, what's the better game? Here Comes the Pain or SmackDown versus Raw 8? Bring back GMO. I stay up all night playing GMO. I have them both. At least I should still have Here Comes the Pain. I'd have to look at my video game drawers, which are right behind the laptop. But I definitely want to bring back some of the Let's Play things. I might do that for this channel. Maybe I'll start doing some classic video games, like classic wrestling video games for this channel. We'll see how that goes. I definitely want AEW to succeed. The serious stuff is extremely good, but then it's juxtaposed with the dumb stuff. Guy with his hands in his pockets, baby old guy. You don't like Orange Cassidy? I think that's ridiculously athletic that he can do all that stuff with his hands in his pockets. Don Wooding. So did Pro Wrestling Tees stop making new shirts for you like they did with No DQ shirts? I haven't submitted a new design to Pro Wrestling Tees in a while. I still need to hit 25 shirts sold, which I'm getting close to that. So yeah, if I get more shirts sold, which the wheel's right here, if you guys want to spin, 24/7 championships on the line. It's been a half an hour. Nobody wants the title. Okay, I see how you guys are. Yeah, I haven't submitted a new design, so I couldn't tell you that. The real IC. What about Evolve 131? Did that happen already? Did the 10th anniversary show happen? I haven't been paying attention to Evolve at all, so we're all broke apparently. Yeah, I really haven't been following the stuff with Evolve, so I couldn't tell you. Do you consider Batista 07 versus Lesnar 2017 a dream match? Same weekend as the AEW show. Okay. I mean, you might as well give them an option. It's not a WWE show, but there's NXT guys and WWE guys in there. Greg, who's your favorite Taker character? Classic Taker, Ministry Taker, Biker Taker, Modern Day Taker? I always preferred Classic Taker. Biker Taker wasn't bad. I think it's better now than it was then. And Modern Day Taker is just kind of a throwback to Classic Taker. Never really cared for Ministry Taker. It was okay, but never cared for it. R-Truth will beat Flair's record before Cena. Well, if you go with 24/7 championships, you know, Raven with the Hardcore Championship, few people passed 16 reigns. I think Raven, Steven Richards, Crash Holly, all of them passed 16 easily. So it's not just the 24/7. There we go. Hi, champ. This may sound corny, but I missed you last week. If the wheel lands on entrances, can you do Rene Dupree and Fifi? Your dog kicks ass. Ken is officially the first of this stream no DQ 24/7 champion. So Ken, you are the champion. You get the wheel spin. Let's see if I can bring it over here without it being too much of a headache. There we go. So here we go. Here's your first spin of the day. Entrance. Well, there you go. You requested your entrance already, and you get it. So there you go. Let me. I wonder if they aren't going to knock me if I play it off my phone, but if they would play it. Here we go. Just don't see it. All right, let's get Rene Dupree's entrance done. All right, here we go. And no, I'm not going to do the entrance with the dog because he wouldn't cooperate. But I'll do Renee's as best I can. There you go, Ken. I need the flag. Yeah, I don't happen to have a French flag around me, so back down. Let's see. Biker Taker in 2001 was pretty bad. Yeah, I would have to agree. Just make sure. I'll make this call. Okay, so the Crow. Did you hear about Big Ben and Tom Brady trade? Yeah, that didn't happen. My Twitter would have blown up if Brady and Big Ben would have traded. And would probably have blown up the entire football world. So, Domestic Butler, what's the best rematch in wrestling history in your opinion? Look at any of the Rock Austins from WrestleMania. Like the first WrestleMania match, the 15 match was great. The 17 match was even better than that. And I would say probably the 19 match was not as good as the 17 match, but still good. So the Rock Austin series of WrestleMania probably would be one of the best rematches. So currently, Shane versus Smith was the best rematch. Clearly. You mean it wasn't Finn Balor and Baron Corbin? What's up, Darren? How you doing? Which feud was dragged out more, Cena Orton or AJ Joe? Cena Orton was dragged out for like 7 years. Which that was, AJ Joe is not dragged out that long. I know what you mean, Cena Orton in 07 specifically, but you have to remember, Cena got hurt in 2007 and couldn't defend the title in the last man standing match. So that feud kind of had to end abruptly, and then it just kind of... I think the 09 version of the feud was dragged out even more than the 07. This video is dragging a little. It's a little weird. I'm not sure why that is. Hopefully it's nothing on my end. Let's see something. Wonderful. Okay. So, I guess that means if I stream something off my phone as far as entrances go. Alright. Jeremy! My former opponent in WTC. What's up? How you doing? Jeremy almost took the championship from me in Season 4. For those of you who remember. We went to overtime for that one. That was intense. The real IC, Cena Orton happened more times than another Scooby-Doo remake. Oh, that's true. Was the Age of Orton era a good year in WWE? 2007 to 2008? It was decent. I mean, during that time, you had the return of Chris Jericho. WrestleMania 24 was a decent show. And it was all right. It was pre-PG before they made the switch to PG, so it was good. Jamie Riot Ruby. Hi, Greg. How you doing? How you doing, Jamie? I'm good. When is WTC coming back? Yeah, that's the second time it's been brought up. I'm really going to need to get with Aaron because we had the idea of instead of full seasons, because we talked about a tag team season before, and that kind of fell through the wayside. we talked about, instead of doing seasons, doing a match every 2 weeks. Like, just no season enders, no season finales, just a match every 2 weeks, a match every 2 weeks, a match every 2 weeks, and that just keeps going until like the end of time. So we'll see if that happens. I need to get with Aaron on that. Big Rocker Johnson, why didn't Owen Hart feud with Steve Austin when he had the title? I'm not sure the answer to that. I don't know if Owen had injuries. I know he was with the Nation at that point. I don't know. They kind of just relegated him to lower feuds and then teamed him with Jarrett. I don't know the answer. It would have been a good feud, but maybe Austin didn't want to feud with Owen because he was so upset about Owen breaking his neck. That's a possibility. Realizing WrestleMania 24 was one of the best Manias ever. It was a good one. I don't know if one of the best ever. I'd put a few above that, but 24 was good. What's the biggest bullshit rumor you heard that was so fake, made you laugh the most in wrestling? Any CM Punk return, really. It's kind of pathetic now. Hopefully one day people will stop chanting CM Punk. He's not going to come back. Chris Mays, how did you get started reviewing wrestling? Well, I got with the No DQ team in 2016 or 2017. I had been friends and talked with Aaron and Jeff, mostly Jeff, for many years before joining the team. And it just kind of I ended up on the prediction show, and then the trivia challenge started happening, and then I'm part of the No DQ group. So the rest, as I say, is history. So that's how I got started. The Crow, which Mania was better, 17 or 21? 17. 21 was great up until the sumo match, and then it became absolute trash. Cena JBL, that was a terrible match. Batista and Triple H was beyond predictable. It's funny how the Triple H and Batista feuds and the Cena JBL feuds went on, and the WrestleMania 21 matches were the worst ones they had against each other. Just my opinion. Darren, do you think that Jake the Snake in his prime versus Orton would be a great feud with awesome psychology? I'd love to see that. The Snake versus the Viper. I mean, that's like a dream feud right there. Speaking of which, WrestleMania 21 or the first ever Bound for Glory? I'd have to go back and watch the first Bound for Glory, but I'd probably go with that. Honestly, like I said, WrestleMania 21 was a 2-match card in my opinion. 3, really. Eddie and Ray, Taker and Orton, Shawn and Kurt. Other than that, okay, 4. The Money in the Bank ladder match. The first, half to 2/3 of the show was good. The last third was awful. 42nd Street Matthew. I read before that Owen was supposed to be one with the game gimmick before his death. It would have been interesting. I think he would have killed it. Owen was aces. Owen would have been fantastic. Owen was great at everything he did, so it would have been good. Can you do entrances with your dog in the future? I think you just bark and jump at me, so I guess that's how he is. Mr. Anderson, important question. Are you more man than Mike Kanellis? Probably. That's for Maria to decide, I guess. Jake the Snake should have been the higher power. He probably wasn't in a position to be the higher power in 99, but yeah, that's what I'm saying, Ken. He definitely had problems. Have a smoke and relax. What's up? How you doing? Chris Mace, would you ever do a 205 Live Matter show with me and Noah, or what's NXT or an NXT party? I would like to do more stuff on the channel. It's just I have no time anymore to do stuff. It's hard enough. The only reason I have time to do these streams is because they're pre-scheduled. Getting me to do stuff in the middle of the week, I would have to know at least a couple days in advance. I try to be flexible with my schedule, but it's so hard to do nowadays. Domestic Butler. HBK's best feud was either Triple H from 2002 to 2004 or Chris Jericho in 2008. Two of his best. Bound for Glory 2005 had an amazing match between Jushin Thunder Liger and Samoa Joe. Okay. I feel like I've seen that show, but it's been years since I've seen it. So I'd have to sit down and watch it again. Liger's always in his prime, Ken. Greg, you can hate all this comment how you want. Besides, HBK and Orton, Punk should have ended the streak. I don't disagree. Punk would have been a good choice to end the streak, but I feel like they gave Taker the win because of the feel-good moment with Paul Bearer. If Paul Bearer wouldn't have passed, it's a possibility Punk would have ended the streak. Darren, what do you think of Kevin Sullivan and his persona over the years? One of the things I remember about Kevin Sullivan is his feud with Chris Benoit, which is touchy to bring up nowadays, but in WCW, those two beat the living shit out of each other. And like they had some of the hardest hitting matches I've ever seen. That would probably stand up today, be like, holy crap. Ken says, can you imagine if Sullivan had a feud with Orton? Yeah. Can you imagine if Sullivan had a feud with Wyatt? That's a mindfuck of a feud. Do you think that there's any chance we ever get TNA on the WWE network? I'd love to watch the stuff from the early days right up till Hogan and Bischoff came in. There was talk about that a while ago. I guess it never happened because now they're doing like an Impact Plus thing, which I guess is their version of the network. So I guess they have their own. I haven't decided if they wanted to do that. Like if they just did that so they could like bring in more people to watch the classic TNA stuff, or what the plan with that was. I wouldn't mind seeing it on the network though. It would save me another subscription fee. 42nd Street Matthew. Kevin Sullivan is tremendous. He was on Impact a month or two ago as a higher power sort of character, which he is perfect for, of course. Kevin Sullivan's insane. Yes, Darren, Sullivan and Wyatt would be an incredible mindfuck feud. I hope Corbin and Evans win. Becky and Seth, the party is over. I kind of hope they do too. Does that make me terrible? Are you watching Major League Wrestling, Thomas Eckliger? No, I'm not. I've seen clips of MLW, but I haven't been watching it. I barely have enough time to watch WWE. I just try and catch up as much as I can. But other than like the pay-per-views and maybe a Raw or SmackDown here and there, I don't have time to watch a whole lot of wrestling. I wish I did, but I don't. Would Slamboree 97 with Ultimate Dragon versus William Regal for the TV title be the first time you remember Regal being cheered? And when should Regal be in the Hall of Fame? Possibly for him being cheered, and he absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. When? I'd do it in the next couple of years. He's still doing well as the GM of NXT. DeVargas with a $2 super chat. Bro, you high-key look like Takashi69. Okay. 42nd Street Matthew. Impact Plus is great. Much better than the previous GWN app. WWE has licensed TNA content for various videos. Yeah, I've seen that they did stuff with when Angle returned. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. Which match would be 5 stars? Almas versus Eddie or Benoit versus Bryan? Probably both of them. Depends what kind of match you gave him. Benoit versus Bryan is such a missed out opportunity. I really wish Benoit wouldn't have had the mental problems that he had. I know his entire situation was tragic, but it did rob us of a lot of great wrestling matches. Have a smoke and relax. I kind of want one more Regal match before he retires, but then again, maybe it's not such a good idea if he can't really go in the ring. I'm trying to think who his last match was against. I know he had a couple matches in NXT, and then like he did like some sort of injury angle, but he hasn't been back in the ring since. If he could still go, absolutely, I'd love to watch another Regal match. I don't know. Maybe it's one of these days people, somebody in NXT calls him out for a match and they fight at a takeover or something. It might have been Cassius Ohno, actually. Now that you mention it, have a smoke and relax. I don't know if Regal can still go. That's really up to him. I haven't seen one way or the other. I miss Regal humiliating himself like dressing up as a drag queen. You mean the what was it, the Las Vegas Showgirl match for the Raw Roulette? Darren, I love the feud Dreamer versus Raven in ECW. Yeah, that's a classic ECW feud. Probably one of their best. Thomas, MLW brought my love to wrestling back. You should definitely give it a try if you find some time. I've seen a bunch of guys in MLW, and I think, is Shivani still doing commentary? I know Cornette was for a while. I heard Shivani's supposed to come back and do commentary. Who, in your opinion, is the best and worst wrestler right now? That's a tough one. Best wrestler in the world is Shane McMahon. We all know that. See, Shane McMahon representing. Best wrestler in the world probably right now might be Gargano. I mean, he's insane. Shivani is coming back for a 4th stretch show in MLW. Otherwise, it's Cornette. Okay. Would you support a Regal versus Walter match as a Regal final match for the UK title? That would be kind of interesting, but I feel like if they did that, they'd have to put Regal over, like as a thank you for everything they've done. Mr. Anderson, best wrestler in the world is Greg Cherry. There you go. I'm the best in the world. Definitely as far as wrestling trivia goes, I'm the best in the world. But I wouldn't go as far as saying I'm the best wrestler. Regal versus Dunn. That would also be good. They kind of teased that when they were first doing the UK tournament, too. Just because of, like, Pete Dunne's attitude of taking out another competitor. Darren, Chris, why does everyone want Shane to win the championship just to go and have Roman defeat him and get the win back? Why does Shane need to be champion? I don't want Roman to be the one to beat him. I think somebody should beat him that like really needs to win. But I've wanted to see Shane as champion for many, many years. And granted, it's probably way too late for it to happen. But if they're going to do it any time, now would probably be the time to do it. Just an opinion. I don't think Roman should be the one to beat him, though. That would be kind of lame. Chris Mays, what was the first moment when you became a wrestling fan? My dad bought me 2 action figures. And they were WCW action figures. And one of them was Ric Flair, and the other was Arn Anderson. So I got 2 of the 4 horsemen. 2 of the best horsemen, too. and I became a fan after that. And I started watching wrestling. First show I really remember watching, and I only remember the main event, was SummerSlam '92. So I remember the Bret and Bulldog match. That was one of the first matches I really took hold of. Shane will win the Rumble. Yeah. I would love to see that. Shane's only been in one Rumble ever, which is insane to think about, too. But we can only hope, right? I'm probably like the only person who legit wants Shane McMahon to become champion. Come to think of it, Shane is kind of like a modern day Mick Foley, so I can see Shane winning the world title. I guess I never really thought of it that way, but I mean, Shane is a risk taker. All right, so currently we only have. You remember when Eugene was in charge of Raw? I do. And I remember the freaking musical chairs match that Chris Jericho had to win. Have a smoke and relax. I'd take Shane over Kofi's champ. I was never a fan of Kofi winning the title. Well, I had to shave my beard because of him winning the title. Yeah, I lost a bet for that one. For those that remember my bet. Eugene is a talented performer. I agree with that. Miz versus Mr. Kennedy is a match I always wanted to see, the two loudmouths going at. I love Mr. Kennedy. Not a lot of people do. I saw like some forum posts where people were like saying how terrible Mr. Kennedy was. And it's like, how can you hate on Kennedy like that? It was ridiculous. Like I didn't understand the disdain that people had for him. I don't know. Maybe it's just one man's opinion. Mr. Anderson, yes. Domestic Butler. WWE should bring back the King of the Ring. It was told to me that, Carla, how you doing? Do you think Owen Hart's wife will ever let Owen be in the Hall of Fame? I hope so. Like, that's been the goal for many, many years, to get Owen in the Hall of Fame. I hope that Martha Hart lets it happen, but it's been 20 years and there doesn't seem to be any swing. I feel like it's going to happen after Owen, like after Martha passes, which is terrible to say. Darren, is Trump really going to be on the Fox debut of SmackDown? I don't know why they would want him on the debut of the show. Granted, Trump does have the history with WWE, but he's a sitting president right now, and that can turn really ugly really quickly, both for Trump and WWE. I don't care for the idea. Regardless of politics or anything, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about it, I don't see it would be a good thing for WWE. Bringing back The Rock, that would be fine. Not so much bringing back or bringing Trump in. Just an opinion. Why didn't WWE do the Kennedy angle with him as Vince's son instead of Hornswoggle? Because they had a big drug bust after Benoit killed himself and his family. And he was part of the people that were prescribed drugs. So they kind of nixed the angle with him because of it. Carla, never say never. I hope Martha cools down her heat with Vince and WWE. It may come down to like a Triple H thing, honestly. because it was Hunter really that got Bruno inducted, which a lot of people didn't even think was going to be possible. But he managed to get him in. I mean, I understand the premise. Like, she feels WWE is responsible for what happened to Owen. I get that. And if the problem is WWE profiting off of Owen being in the Hall of Fame, WWE, if I was them, would do some PR thing where they would donate all the money made from the Hall of Fame to like some charity that Martha works with or something like that. That way WWE does not profit off of him and he still gets inducted. They could do something like that. They don't have to necessarily go the route of just asking for him to be inducted and, you know, that's that. That's the end of the story. I don't know. Just an idea. Whatever happened to the oddities? They faded out really quickly. And then ICP signed with WCW. I don't think Triple H would be the one to convince Martha after his fake crying on the Owen Hart Memorial episode. It seemed fake to me anyway. I don't think that's fair. I think Triple H respects the guys in this business enough to not fake being upset that somebody died. Johnny Impact is there. There you go. Is anybody actually relevant wrestling to my house anniversary? Yeah, Johnny Impact. 42nd Street Matthew could tell you everything about Impact because he's been watching. Is that streaming or is that like a pay-per-view? I know Slammiversary is tonight. I know the what was it? Tessa Blanchard is wrestling in an intergender match tonight against frickin' Sami Callihan, which that should be intense. With the crowd chanting "You killed Benoit" and starting a promo, that thing is so touchy with like everybody. I doubt a crowd would do that. Like I doubt even a Chicago or New York crowd would do that. It's such a black mark on the industry as a whole. It would not be a good thing. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the women's Monsters Ball match. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to check out Impact at some points. But again, I need more time to do something like that. All right, so I would like to, really quick, while we got a little bit of downtime, talk about my game show Luck of the Draw. I filmed the 10th anniversary game last Saturday. And I just uploaded that Saturday morning, like yesterday morning. So it is up on my channel, youtube.com/luckofthedraw. And unfortunately, some people couldn't make it that day. But it was still a great game. It was still an entertaining game. And Travis Fain participated, which I feel like I need him for every single game I do in the future. Because he's always entertaining. I don't remember the Chris Benoit chance that episode of Raw right after WrestleMania. I mean, I'm not doubting they happened, but it'd still be weird of them to chant that. MK Doom chicken nuggets. Okay. Why? Will they do something to you? So right now, the current WDQ 24/7 champion for the last half hour has been Ken. 42nd Street Matthew. I think the Attitude Era would disagree with you, but lots of dumb. Impact has been pretty consistently good for years. They've just been on smaller networks. Other than the awful 2017 return of Jeff Jarrett to Booking, of course. Ken's got a question regarding WTC. Okay. Yeah, you're probably one of the longest reigning 24/7 champions in NoDQ history, as far as during the course of the stream. I don't know who Alex Jabali is. Was he like somebody in AEW that wrestled? Like in the freaking, what's it called match? Ken's been champion for half an hour. CEO of AEW. I figured he was with AEW in some fashion or another. I just wasn't sure who it was. Impact in 2017 literally had a tag team called the Veterans of War, whose gimmick was their Veterans of War. This is 2017 in a major company. They couldn't come up with a better. They couldn't come up with a better tag name than that, like the Soldiers of Fortune or something. Soldiers of Fortune was a sweet ass name. I actually used that nickname briefly for a time myself, pre-No DQ days. But the Soldier of Fortune Greg Cherry had a good ring to it. It was a heel gimmick. And my finisher was the PTSD. Which sounds terrible, but... MK Doom, I challenge you to an impromptu title match right now. Put your money where your mouth is. Anyways, Ken's asking, have you asked contestants about 70s wrestling? Anyone heard of Don Leo Jonathan? I haven't heard that name until the concussions lawsuit. No, we don't really touch on that. MK Doom, if Aaron was on the thing and I could have him in, that would be fine. I can't defend the title without his approval. I'm not afraid of the challenge, don't get me wrong. But that one's kind of out of my hands. Mr. Anderson, I want to see Kane versus Shane and put cable choppers on Shane's balls again. I just watched that segment like last week. Yeah, Jarrett's booking was never anything worth talking about. Eli Bands, how you doing? Crow says the best years in TNA were 04 to 07. The Joe Daniel Styles match was insane. I love the lethal lockdown matches between Aces and Aces of Fortune. Aces and Eights, unfortunately, was long after '07. Dustin Herrick, how you doing? Um, yeah, there was a lot of great stuff that Impact did, and then Jared came back. Jared coming back was a terrible idea. Darren, hey Greg, me and Carla are heading out. Thank you for an awesome show. Keep kicking ass. All the best to you and your family. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Shame we couldn't get an entrance for you or something, or me sing you guys a song, but maybe next time. There's always the pre-Extreme Rules show. (2007 to 2017) was pretty bad. There was some decent stuff during that time period. 2010 though. 2010 TNA is right when Hogan and Bischoff took over. Not a whole lot great there. Mick Doherty, what's up, Greg? Watched Luck of the Draw last night. First time I've seen it. Had a good laugh. I appreciate it. I appreciate anybody watching the show. So thank you for watching that. The Crow, Greg, the Shane and Kane sit-down dinner segment was awkward to me. Yeah, it was a little weird. A little bit weird, that one. Less said about Sting versus Jeff Hardy in 2011, the better. Well, we could talk about it. It'd probably be longer than the match itself. But let's just sum it up and say it was awful. Yeah, no, it's totally on Jeff. That was totally on Jeff. I think once Hogan took himself out of the spotlight, TNA was better during their time. But as soon as Hogan or Bischoff forced his son, really when both Hogan and Bischoff forced their kids on the TV, it was like, come on now. Is this really necessary? Greg, you hear LAX and Mundo and Taya and Cage contracts ending. I have not heard that. I did hear something about LAX. I didn't hear anything about the rest of them. But can you imagine if all of them jumped ship to like WWE or AEW or something like that? It'd be huge. Good question. Heroes of Wrestling, Jake Roberts or Victory Road, Jeff Hardy? Neither one. They were both embarrassing. Both men should be ashamed of their respective incidents. The Dixie Carter AJ Love Angle, best thing TNA did. Really? That's the best thing? Yeah, they did get rid of the 6-sided ring like shortly after they came in. Really, I see. You want to play 21? I got 22. You want to play Aces and Eights? I got a few of those too. It was not good. Not good at all. They've all confirmed they're sticking with Impact except LAX and Cross. Cross went out, but they didn't release them. They did release Scarlett Bordeaux, which was a shame because wasn't Scarlett Bordeaux starting to like finally start working matches? Greg, was Daniel suicide or was it Kaz? I think it was both of them at some point. Yeah, Jake's performance in Heroes is embarrassing. If you want to see embarrassing performances, watch Scott Hall's performance for the ESPN biography. I think I've seen that. I think he was super drunk when he came out to the ring at an indie show, and he was doing his spinning punches, but he was going in super slow motion. It was not impressive. And yes, TJP was suicide for a while as well. I think Austin Aries was suicide too. It was either Aries or Sabin, one of them. Domestic Butler, do you think Christian will get in the Hall of Fame this year? I hope so. People have been calling for Christian to be in for years now. I remember seeing Scott Hall in TNA. He had man boobs on the beer belly. Yeah. I heard the six-sided ring was actually tougher to work in. That's what I've heard about it. I think, too, that he was high as... What major wrestling storyline would you change and how? I'd rebook the Invasion. It was so bad making everybody in WCW look like complete jobbers against, like when you have to move guys from your own team to make the other side look better, it's not good. I wouldn't be surprised if Edge and Christian go in next year. I could see Edge being a two-time Hall of Famer. That would be fine. I still think Christian deserves his own. But I'd be fine if Edge and Christian went as a team. The Invasion was a crime against nature. Yeah. It was so poorly done. TNA should do a complete overhaul on some guy in Bangalore, and they will go out of business if they lose a match to an outside entity. And then do so and come back revitalized with all new everything. I mean, that's possible. I don't know who you would book that against, though. We Are Pro Wrestling did a video where it rebooked the Invasion and WrestleMania 18. Which heel turn shocked you more, Austin from Mania or Hogan from WCW? Probably Hogan. Eli Vance, who do you think is TJP's opponent tonight? It's someone special? I have no idea. Like I said, I haven't watched Impact in how long, so I couldn't even fathom a guess. I'll go with, like, low-key. I have no idea. Me commenting on Impact is not going to be productive for anybody because I haven't watched it in a long time. So that benefits nobody for me commenting on Impact. Ken, guys, if Goldberg was in the Invasion angle, how would you book him as a heel? His heel turn failed in WCW. Yes, it did. I don't know if you could have. Technically, the only person they booked as a face during the Invasion angle was Van Dam. And even then, he was kind of a tweener. Who would you pick as someone who ran over Austin? Test? No, I wouldn't pick Test. Anybody remember Black Rain? I try not to be honest. Yeah, Ken, there you go. Unless your name is RVD, you'd be a heel. The Crow. Iconics are knockoffs of Laycool. Laycool was knockoffs of the Beautiful People. So. And the Iconics are way more entertaining than Laycool. Sure, Laycool did some funny stuff, but the Iconics are freaking hilarious. They're just naturally funny. Greg, why wasn't Triple H part of the Invasion angle? Because of George Quad. Mr. Anderson, I like Christian when he had the entrance music. Christian! Christian! At last, you're on your own. Yeah, that was good stuff. Domestic Butler. No, I would have picked Triple H, but from the start, no idea for the lot. Well, Triple H was involved in that. He was like the mastermind behind it. Because apparently he needed to be healed at that point. The invasion was not good because they didn't have all the major contracts. I think it would have been cool if they would have delayed all the WCW involvement. My back just seized. Even now. It would have been cool if they delayed all the WCW involvement for at least a year, and maybe had the WCW invasion start at WrestleMania 18. But I think they shoehorned everything because they didn't have all the major stars. They didn't have the NWO. They didn't have any of that. They could have had the NWO start in WWE at WrestleMania, invading then and like ruining the main event. Because can you imagine like somebody interfering in the main event and causing a disqualification? How pissed everyone would be. It would be insane. Just get Sting, Goldberg, and Flair, you will have already beefed up the story tremendously. Yeah. And they didn't get Flair till the night after the invasion. They didn't get Sting until 2014. And Goldberg was the night after WrestleMania 19. So, I mean, even if you would have gotten some of them, it would have been okay. But, I mean, your biggest star from WCW, your biggest two stars from WCW when the invasion angle started were Booker T and DDP. And then by the end of it, your biggest stars in the alliance were Kurt Angle and Stone Cold Steve Austin. So they did favors to absolutely nobody for that. Sting was never a good heel, to be honest. Yeah, that's true. Sting, it's not really Sting's fault because Sting is just a natural babyface. Eli Band, St. Christian waterproof theme. Give me a spin and I'll do it. If it lands on karaoke, I can do that. I don't have a problem with that at all. But you gotta get the spin first. Company should have necessarily had traditional heel face dynamics. Let fans decide which company they like. Yeah, but of course, WWE has to make themselves the heroes of their own story, so. I mean, the invasion was just terrible from beginning to end. You had Shane be the heel, which is fine. Shane's a good heel. But then you also had Austin as a heel, which didn't work after WrestleMania. So why would they think it would work? It was weird. First Butler, Ruby Crick. The invasion is just so hard to talk about because there was just very little of it was good. Yes, Ken, you can ask me a question about the wheel. Greg, is there a way I can contact Mandy Rose and get a response? You can send her a DM, but she may block you. This is a theoretical universe where WWE and Vince as a petty. Yeah. I don't know if that universe exists, except only in theory. Ken, what's your question about the wheel? I already got spun once. Well then, that's more information I need to know. Mandy Rose versus Greg Cherry dream match. Well, that would be something. Presentation of the invasion was awful. That's what really did. Yeah, I mean, it was terrible from beginning to end. I don't know if there's anything that could have saved it. I haven't watched WWE for like 10 years and came back to see Sting and then quit watching when he lost to Triple H. Apparently, the reason behind that booking was if you send me another $10 super chat, I can call Bing up. And if it lands on entrance. But you're already the champion. You don't need to, if you want to, quote unquote, successfully defend the title, you can. I feel like I'm pot committed at this point to just watch wrestling the rest of my life. You know? I've already been this far, so. Nothing else I can do. You are still the champion, yes. Nobody has tried to ascend the throne, which is surprising, really. Segue. I saw the 10th anniversary of Luck of the Draw. You sick freak. I'm surprised I still have friends, honestly, and people that want to do that. Which props to them. I think it's awesome. And I have more people play this time than I have ever before. So if you want to go check out Luck of the Draw, if you haven't, you can wait till after the stream. It's on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/luckofthedraw. Ken, I think I'm the 3-time NoDQ 24/7 champion. Why do I feel like Ernest Miller? Because he's the 3-time. He's the 3-time World Karate Champion. That's probably why. Got Luck of the Draw 10th on my list. We'll be watching soon. I wish you could have been there, man. But I understand you if you have other stuff to do. Everyone can do a Macho Man impression. I can too. I am the greatest. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Get back. I'm the greatest. Yeah. I cannot do that dance though. I've tried. I've tried to do the cat dance a little. Eli Bands is asking how I feel about the G1. I did not see it, so I cannot comment on it. I've heard it was good, but that's all I can really say about it. If you make it out for the 11th, maybe I'll try and schedule it not in late June because apparently a lot of people are busy. Favorite number in the Rumble? Hard to pick. Worst WWE segment, Katie Vick or the Al Wilson, Don Murray, Tori Wilson angle? Katie Vick. I mean, that one takes the cake as far as terrible angles go. In your lifetime, what wrestling match unexpectedly exceeded your expectations? The match that has become my favorite match ever, Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle at the 2001 King of the Ring. I wasn't sure what to think about, but that match was freaking spectacular. Love that match so much. Gary, Cherry, what's up, brother? Sorry I missed the beginning of your live stream. No problem. You're here now. The Crow, who's hotter, Lana or Maurice? Probably Lana. It's just an opinion. We could say 30 if it ever won. 3 people have won from 30. You know that, right? Some of the guest host shit they've done in 09 and 10 was pretty bad. Hey, Bob Barker was a great host. Yeah, the whole Katie Vick angle is just abysmally bad. Like, not even, like good bad. It was just terrible. So awful to even, like, why would you even put that on your TV screen? That's how bad it was. Number 14 is bad luck. I mean, Shinsuke won from 14, so there's that at least. I don't think anyone has ever won an entrant 4. That's correct. Nobody has. Four superstars won 27. That's correct. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and 5 have won. Nobody's ever won from 4.
Glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious.
Season Drew just subscribed. That's awesome. Thank you, Season. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Hopefully you enjoyed Luck of the Draw and everything else that's on that channel. Which, a lot of it is me and Jeff watching old stuff. But it's still good. Which is fine because in 2003, JR said only 3 people won an entrant in 27. I'm not sure which one he wasn't counting, but it may have been 94 because Bret Hart was 27, but he technically tied, which still counts as a win. But I don't know. There's a lot of technicalities in there. Number 14 is bad luck because their career usually goes on a downward slide after the Rumble. Yeah. Well, Nakamura's going to be back on TV with facing Finn Balor, so that's something. Maybe Bischoff is going to start using them. Anyone know what happened to Alberto Del Rio's personal ring announcer, Ricardo Rodriguez? I think they're still working together somewhere. Has anyone won from 13? Jim Duggan in 1988 on the very first Rumble at number freaking 13. So I got 2 people subscribed to my channel. Hopefully you enjoy all the stuff that's over there. Alright, so what else is up, guys? It's hard to do these streams when there's not a whole lot going on in the wrestling world today. I know Slammiversary is tonight, but I mean, like, aside from that. made that look slicker. Yeah, we still got the wheel pens in here. Ken has been champion for an hour now, which I wonder if that's a record for a stream. It might be. So go Ken. And I'm trying to. What that's supposed to. In the midst of. If we live closer, I invite you over to watch Slammiversary. Yeah. CC Drink, if you super chat 10, you can give me a 450 splash and be the new 24/7 champion. There you go. Ken is willing to lose his championship just for a $10 super chat and whatever I end up landing on. Yeah, we'll plan something together, Matt. I know you're not a big WWE person anymore, but we could still probably watch that. I know SummerSlam's coming up. You could always come on the stream too. It's too bad I didn't get a Dupree and Fifi entrance. You know, I could have tried with the Bangers, but I don't think he would have cooperated that well. I mean, I could have had him on the leash. But he would probably have just jumped on me because I was acting like a goof. There you go. Sweet. I know SummerSlam. Tell you what, I'll probably do like a SummerSlam get-together too. I'll probably do the stream a little bit earlier. Maybe Ken, you can get Greg to do a tour and host an entrance with her dog. Cool Brothers Radio Podcast. When are you guys doing more trivia challenges? I mean, it seems to be the very popular answer, but I'm not the one with the answers. I just defend my title whenever I'm asked to. I'll talk to Aaron. If you guys really want to see it, bug him and ask him, you know, when we're going to see more trivia challenges. Because I'd like to do them. I really would. August 11th to SummerSlam, yep. Got about another month. I'll probably invite T-Fame up for that too, and maybe a couple other people. I might do my stream early that day because the SummerSlam pre-show I think starts at 5, so they'll probably go like 2 to 5 or something. Something in that realm. Yes. Greg's dog is not as light as Chloe. No, not at all. Not even close. Domestic Butler. I subbed to your channel about 30 minutes ago, but it never came up. That's weird. Wonder why. Unless there's some delay with it processing or something. I don't know. Kind of sucks if that's the case. Chloe's a bigger star than Tori. I don't know about that. I think Cherry remembers Chloe. Yeah, I remember Chloe. I'll pack a suitcase since WWE shows are 3 years long now. At least I'm not inviting you up for Mania. Then you probably would have to pack a suitcase and like overnight stuff. Trivia challenge should be once a month, 12 months of the year, maybe weekend of the pay-per-view. I mean, that's an idea. It's definitely an idea that we could use. But like I said, I'm in the midst of a wrestling trivia tournament at the moment anyway. For a separate channel, for a separate podcast. So that's what I'm doing as far as the trivia thing goes. Ken, anybody remember Don Leo Jonathan? I wonder if he was a big star during the Bruno days. I've heard the name. I'm not really sure what he did, though. Curtis Butler, I expect him to do something big at Extreme Rules. It's in Philly, so there you go. I mean, he never wants to let down this Philly audience. Hey, Cherry, if someone requests Rick Rude's entrance, would you do his post-entrance promo too? Sure. If someone super chats me and wants me to do Ravishing Rick's entrance, I can do that. I don't know where my robe went, though. I think oh, yeah, it's over there. So I can even do, like, full robe. So if somebody sends in a super chat and does $10 and gets entrance and they want Rick Rude, you'll get Rick Rude, post-match promo and everything. Not a problem. So Ken, find somebody who wants to super chat me $10. Chris Butler, yes, I do. Ken, 605 Super Podcast listening. You doing our Truce entrance would be funny. Oh, what's up? I can do our Truce. I can do pretty much any entrance you guys ask me to. It's just getting the super chats and spinning the wheel, landing on entrance. Do you think we will get Jon Stewart at SummerSlam again this year? I hope not. I mean, the one good thing he did was help Rollins win the U.S. title. 2016, he really wasn't needed. Plus, he's too busy with his like political activism and stuff, so he might show up, he might not. I don't know. Steve Austin got me into wrestling, and Edge, Punk, and AJ kept me watching. What about you? I got into wrestling in the early 90s, and I didn't really find a favorite until like a couple years in. I thought Styles retired doing play-by-play ever since he dropped an anti-Trump comment. Everything, politics ruins everything, guys. Let's just be honest. I really don't remember much about WWE. I want Vader to beat Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam '96. That would have been nice. Well, Shawn was not very great about putting him over either, because Vader was really buried in WWE after that match. Domestic Butler, being American, at least you haven't got to put up with Brexit. Nope, but sure we haven't had to put up with that, but we've had to put up with listening to inane commentary from whole bunches of people that think they know what they're talking about. Cherry, this has nothing to do with sports entertainment. Guys, can we get off the politics, please? Politics are more of a work than wrestling. And that's not even as good. Which WWF wrestler do you think should have gotten a push? You say Psycho Sid, he was two-time champ. He was two-time WWF champion. He was WWF champion going into WrestleMania 13. I'd say he got a pretty significant push. E1860, you watching Slammiversary tonight? I don't think so. If it was free, I might try and catch it. Mr. Perfect would have been good for like a main event run at some point. Yeah, Sid was all about the softball. Probably still is. Don't forget his last match against Keith Slater, leading up to Raw 1000. Yeah, Psycho Sid was champion both in WWF and WCW. But Sid played softball off and on for many years. I don't know if he still does. I wonder if he was upset when he got injured because that probably ruined his softball career. Not sure. Well, Ken, you've been the only champion of the stream so far. I don't know if we're going to get your Rick Rude entrance or the R-Truth entrance. Yeah, Vader's last match was with Heath Slater, too. Yeah, it is a shame that he's not in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what the deal was with that. Why he's still not in the Hall of Fame. I really don't understand that. The Sid's and Shane Douglas music the same in WCW? No, it was not. Sid's WCW theme, especially in his Millennium Man phase, was kind of a ripoff of his first WWF theme. Yeah, I of all the subjects I don't mind talking about, I love talking about wrestling. I love talking about game shows. I love talking about sports. I love talking about a whole bunch of different things. Politics, I cannot stand to talk about anymore. It's just the way it is. I understand that there's people who are angry about certain stuff that happens, but it's just so much BS that I feel it's unnecessary. That's why I don't want to talk about it. Mr. Anderson, who remembers Vader being Frankie's dad on Boy Meets World? That was classic. And then Vader having been a previous student of Mr. Feeney's. Good times. Is Lance Archer Vance Archer from ECW in 2010? Yes. It's Lance Hoyt. What's your question about game shows, Ken? There's a time and place for politics. I don't even think in the political world that's a time and place for politics. That's another story. It's another rant for another day. What's your question about game shows, Ken? I can answer it, likely. Because it doesn't always have to be wrestling discussion. If Vanna White retires, do you think a tall blonde supermodel can replace her? I can see a Summer Rae doppelganger be the new Vanna White. Well, Summer Rae's not blonde anymore. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think they signed contracts for another 3 years. So they're still going to be hosting the game show for a long, long time. The Vader Cactus Jack matches are some of the most entertaining wrestling matches I've ever seen. Now I'll have to check some of those out. How do you think it's the best way to bring back Bray Wyatt? Well, as soon as they bring him back, it'll be nice. but they need to actually bring him back and have him wrestle. Or he's just going to do the Firefly Funhouse forever. A lot of people were saying Aleister Black. I don't think that's a good idea. I really, really don't. Do you think AJ Lee would come back to WWE to wrestle again, or do you think she would go to AEW? Well, she said in an interview, never say never, but I couldn't answer that for you. AJ, I would agree with that. I see AJ would come back before Punk ever does. But again, I don't see a return happening anytime in the near future. Domestic Butler, would you do a roster shakeup again and get rid of the wild card as we now have Heyman and Bischoff in place? The wild card rule is so incredibly stupid. Like, I cannot. I'm sure I've explained it numerous times on the stream that I cannot stand the wild card rule. It is beyond dumb. And I don't care for it at all. And that's all I got to say about that. Bray versus Taker at SummerSlam. I've seen rumors of Taker and Corbin at SummerSlam, which probably means that Corbin isn't going to hold the Universal title. As much as I want him to, he probably won't. Which sucks. At least for me. Because I don't let my I don't hide my enjoyment of Baron Corbin. AJ still looks amazing. Yes, she does. Did you hear that there are rumors WWE might finally book Sting versus Taker? I think that was just to promote their YouTube show. I don't think they're actually going to book it. Who would win a Roman Taker rematch, though? 50-50 booking, or does Roman beat Taker twice? No need to do it. Yeah, I don't know why some people are still like, oh, Corbin's the worst thing ever. It's like, I think people get in their own heads way too much about it. I love listening to the boos when Corbin's out there. Guys over as a heel in a big way. Yeah, he is over as a heel. I'm very happy for it. I'm glad that Corbin's getting his opportunity. It's about time. I've been saying for a while now that Corbin was the guy. And Corbin's finishers are just so good. I don't know why everybody is like so anti-Corbin. Shane, Daniel, and Corbin. I love all three of them. Personal preference. Greg, would you bring back Chad Gable in the mid card and work his way up? Well, apparently he's on 205 Live now. So I hope that does him well. Because him as a singles wrestler hasn't really worked out otherwise. Such a shame WWE wasted Corbin's money in the bank opportunity. I agree. I'm still upset over that. Still upset that they blew that opportunity. I mean, it is what it is now, but still, at the time, I was not a happy camper. Apparently, Apollo Crews should go to NXT. I keep forgetting the Colognes are still employed. Is that terrible? Yeah, the Colognes are still somehow employed. I thought they were released like years ago. Do you think we will see more wrestling stables now? Possibly. I don't know what other stables you could do, though. I apologize for being kind of distracted, guys. Like, I'm in the middle of a WWE Champions feud because they normally do their feuds Friday through Saturday, and for whatever reason, they did Saturday through Sunday this time. It's kind of annoying. Mr. Anderson, I miss Carlino. Eli Ban said, Greg, you hear Eric Young is in as a producer. Is he? I hadn't heard that, but they're so good for him. Eric Young is the new Santino? Really? I wouldn't wish that on him. I never cared for Santino after met him at freaking Texas. Yeah, we don't need a new Santino. We barely need the old Santino. Drew's doing the comedy act fine. And R-Truth is a beast. Let's face it, he kills it at everything he does. Eric Young has the comedic skills to be the new Santino. Well, he did do his comedy thing in TNA for a little bit. I don't think he needs to continue it. One man's opinion. Orton and Aleister Black could be a good match. I hope so. I hope it is, if that's the route that they decide to go. When Santino acted like a jerk to you, did you give your Santino t-shirt the Hogan treatment? I probably should have, but I think I just gave it away. I didn't want it anymore. Why do you think Vladimir Kozlov never got monster pushed to be world champion? I think in 2008 nobody cared about it. As terrible as that is to say, because he got the title shot against Triple H at Survivor Series, and then like nobody cared about the match. Triple H's 2008 title run was not very good. Looking back at it, I mean, he had matches against Khali and Kozlov for the title, which, if you think about it, is not that great. I'm ready for the cold weather, Greg. This heat is unbearable. I have my AC on, and I've had it on for like weeks now. I'm ready for the cold weather too, because cold weather means football weather. I am beyond ready for it. I would tear the Santino t-shirt and pretend I was over for a while. I did like years ago. Um, I did like a Santino impression for like one of my shows. It was pretty funny, objectively speaking. Um, Flair and Brett are working with AEW. I didn't know anything about Flair working for him, but okay. Kozlov watched it over the top rope spot on Raw with the Usos that was released a day or two later. Yeah, Kozlov wasn't great with the over the top rope bump. I think I remember that botch too. Would an NWO like storyline work with ex-WWE stars in AEW? There's no need to recreate the wheel. It's been done. I understand the point, like guys coming from WWE to AEW thinking they're top stuff, and it's not needed. You got enough stars with what you got. You got enough new talent to create. You don't need to bring in the old guys. Just an opinion. Can't wait for football. I think we play Shenandoah Valley week 1. Shenandoah Valley is... I don't think that's near me in particular. But hey, what division football are you in? I know they like switched around the division names, which I thought was weird too. I'm very surprised Marty Scurll hasn't went to NXT yet. He's not with either one of them, I don't think, NXT or AEW. Nostalgia is huge, but we don't need to revisit an old famous group unless it's during the Hall of Fame ceremony. Which should be funny, because if you inducted the NWO, all 3 of them would be 2-time Hall of Famers. If you inducted the original 3 of the NWO. If you try to induct everybody in the NWO, you get like 25 people who otherwise would probably have no shot at being Hall of Famers in the Hall of Fame. Where's Aaron missing in action? Not sure. I mean, he liked and retweeted all my tweets about the stream, but he's nowhere to be found. So I don't have an answer for you. The SmackDown moves to Fox. Do you think Fox will try and get sports stars to appear on SmackDown? I would guess. Because that's around NFL season, so I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do the cross-promotion thing. It would actually probably be a good idea on their part. Morrisville, PA. It's like 30 to 35 minutes outside of Philly. I've never actually been to Philadelphia. So yeah, you're on the other side of the state for me. Isn't Godfather already in the Hall of Fame? If RTC goes, and he'll be a two-time Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's already in the Hall of Fame. He went in a couple years ago. And yeah, I was actually thinking about Buff Bagwell getting inducted, which would be funny because two of them don't get along. It's about time WWE is moving away from PG television. Yeah, it's been long overdue. Long overdue. I hope they stick with this creative direction. Because if they want to get the teenage demographic, they got to move away from the kiddie shit. Which, again, long overdue. Judy Bagwell should go in the Hall of Fame. Well, she's competed more in a wrestling ring than most of us. Former WCW Tag Team Champion, Judy Bagwell. Although I don't know if that ring is officially ever recognized. Bring her in all pallets. Like the Judy Bagwell on a forklift match. I don't know what Russo's obsession was with pole matches in WCW. The stupid San Francisco 49ers match, which was just a bunch of things. That was like Vince Russo's dream match. Just throw 4 poles up on the ring and make them climb up all 4 turnbuckles. It was ridiculous. Your thoughts on MJF? He has to be one of the best talkers in promo. MJF is just so naturally hateable. He does very well. He's such a douche. But you know what? He's living the gimmick. So good for him. Which he'll tell you it's not a gimmick. He's actually that much of a dick. The Hefners? You mean the Hebners? Hey, Cherry, would you want that Scott Hall picture that Booker T found in the San Francisco match? I actually have a Scott Hall picture somewhere. It's not the same one. I don't know where it's at. I thought I had it hanging up. Give me a second. I may have it somewhere. This is really good. I couldn't find it. But it is around here somewhere. I'm not sure where I put it. That's actually kind of annoying. So for the interim, I know I've shown you guys this match before, the sarcastic commentary match, but I need to take a bathroom break. and we'll see if anybody wants to take that 24/7 title away from Ken. So in the interim, watch this match, and I'll be back in just a little bit.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another one of these sarcastic commentaries. I am Jack Campbell, alongside my colleague, yes, I have a colleague this time, Darius Blackerson.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I've been a fan of professional wrestling for years, and I'm very excited to see what we're going to have in store for us right here on this event. And I'm just very happy to be here. The event looks like it's about to start. Jack, it looks like a great...
Hailing
What is this?
from the sandy dunes of the Middle East, weighing in at 112
Where's the ring?
pounds, Marvin Assassin!
Is his name Marvin Assassin? Is that what he said?
What am I watching here?
And weighing in
What did you get me
at
involved with?
staggering
I've never seen this before
160
either.
pounds.
The
From
kid's wearing
Hell's
a
Meat Locker,
apron.
He is the deathmatch champion.
I don't know if I like this, Jack. I don't like this at all.
Wow, the Butcher. Yeah, that's original. From Jenny's Meat Locker.
Jenny's Meat Locker?
That just sounds dirty. I don't know what that means. And some pretty awful kicks to start off the match. Now, Darius, I mean, you mentioned that you were a fan of pro wrestling, but have you ever seen anything quite like this?
I can say I have never seen a cinder block match before. I have no clue what that is. I use cinder blocks to sometimes prop my car up whenever it needs an oil change or something of the like. So I'm not quite sure how to use that in I wouldn't even call this professional wrestling environment, but the one kid looks like a rabbit, so I'm gonna go with it.
Well, you spelled his name and okay. Some pretty. That was crap. That was the definition of crap. Was that kick? And he's helping him climb the ladder. What a nice guy. Oh, that's the only way he can lift him. Okay.
Oh boy.
And that was intense. Although I've seen professional wrestling matches finish that way. Wow, that was. I don't know what that was.
Wow. Good thing is that I heard from a backstage source that the fella in the apron and skirt will be given a free certificate to Supercuts after this if he wins this match.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, and he gets slammed on the cinder blocks. Does that mean it's over? Does that mean our job is done? That would be awesome.
No. That...
Oh, apparently that means nothing. Apparently selling doesn't mean anything either. That's wonderful.
Is he
and nope. Completely no selling the slam on the cinder blocks. That's...
If you notice, the Butcher...
That was pretty crappy, too. I mean, what did he slam him on?
The Butcher is wearing a Hannibal Lecter mask.
Well, there's the infamous foot pin that he must have stole from ESW.
Yes.
I mean that's straight up old school Giddens Alley right there.
Old School Giddens is my guy. You don't ever compare Old School Giddens to this.
Sorry.
It's okay.
And kind of a slam.
Oh, boy.
And this is... now we got... Oh, that hurt, just setting it on him.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and the violent force that he's using behind that's...
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to use something in a match unless you actually know how to use it.
I'm pretty sure that they don't even know how to do anything else other than body slam and foot pin.
I think they don't even know their gender, to be honest. So
well, I don't know what that thing is with the horns and the Marvin, the Martian assassin, whatever his name is.
I don't know. I just...
Kick and slam and...
The...
I mean, I've seen better roundhouse punches in a baseball fight. And they have no idea how to fight.
He did just kind of really punch him in the face, though, it looked like. So I kind of enjoyed that. As long as it doesn't mess up his cool Hannibal Lecter mask. I'm okay with this.
His cool Hannibal Lecter bandana he's got going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, look out. And, oh, what a brutal shot to the chest.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
And
is he going to hit him with the... Oh, no.
you know, you have a ladder right there, just saying.
What?
What exactly did that do?
Aerobatics?
That didn't do it. He rolled on top of it. Like, it literally did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
And all the kids made fun of them from taking tumbling classes when they were 4.
Uh-oh. Look out.
Ah!
Oh, and that actually looked like it might have done something. Well, maybe not. What do I know?
I'm pretty sure that cinder block was made out of styrofoam.
Well, if you made it out of styrofoam, you'd think you'd be able to hit him with it. Again, there is a ladder right there. Do you know how to do anything except flip Goat Man?
What I like about Goatman is that had so much impact on him, he sold that move. You know, the other guy didn't even sell it. He's putting his body on the line here, Jack.
He couldn't sell fire to an Eskimo. That's how bad it is.
I'll
I'll tell you what, this is
harsh.
I mean, I've seen some horrible contests before. This may take the cake. And I'm not talking about a cake that a butcher... Well, I guess butchers don't make cakes. I guess that's a baker.
The fella...
Maybe that's his tag team partner. And their manager is the candlestick maker.
And
wow, what was that?
they all suck.
Well, they do all suck if it's anything like that. That was the worst body slam I think I've ever seen. And he's punching it right in front of his face. That's effective.
You know, I've seen a lot of kids try to do these hardcore matches in backyard. At least some of them would mutilate each other or do something like this. What is that? I think that's a
hammer.
I don't even think... What is he doing? You know, they're not... I want to see somebody, you know, have to go to the hospital or have to have their family put up the mortgage for their house to pay for their bills. Like, you know, if you're going to do something like this, do it. Go all the way with it. And this is not what these kids are doing here.
I'm begging the butcher to sell a move. I'm begging him.
He's dead?
Well,
No, he's not dead.
Yep. Standing up like nothing's wrong with him.
Oh, boy.
Is this a slam? Oh my goodness, it's only the 18th one of the match.
And the only one that looked effective so far. Somewhat.
Well, kind of.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Finally, you used the ladder. And I'm surprised you didn't flip.
My mom always told me, you know, Darius, Blackerson, if you're going to be playing with ladders like that, you make sure it's with some guy in a Hannibal Lecter mask covered in fake bloody handprints.
I love that your mom referred to you by both your first and your last name, as if the middle name wouldn't be enough.
My mom makes the best biscuits you'd ever have. You'd have to be there for it.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, you should.
Okay, well, here we go with a knee. I don't think... What is this? What was that? And that infinitely painful touching with the cinder block.
He's boring him to death. He's boring us to death.
Yeah, he pretty much is. Maybe that's how he wins the match.
That's a...
I'm pretty sure that a standard size like ball peen hammer is not going to break through a cinder block.
I don't know. That looked kind of realistic. I
mean, maybe I don't know anything about breaking cinder blocks, but I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
This has broken my will to live, Jack. That's what I can tell you.
Well, I'm sorry. Like I said, I've never seen this match before, which is kind of intentional because I don't want to watch any of these twice.
No.
What was that? Was that like a giant cup?
It looked like a satellite dish.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe the rabbit ears. They broke the rabbit ears out.
Look out. And
no pun intended.
what a nice guy. He's holding the chair for him to kick him.
That was a Van Roger Rabbinator. It was incredible.
I swear that
I wish I didn't have to talk right now, because it would distract me from the awesome match that is being laid out before us, right before our eyes, and our death wish, suicidal thoughts.
I swear, the butcher could not sell the hottest Christmas toy available on Christmas Eve when, you know...
No!
I don't know where I was going with that analogy.
I don't know. I'm brain dead at this point, honestly.
I think I am too.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Look at those
Look at those glutes.
shots.
Oh, I was talking about how his pants came down. No, never mind.
Thanks.
That's...
Is he gonna flip, or is he gonna break it with a ball peen hammer again? You know, you would think doing that once would be effective, but apparently...
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring something up that isn't talked about very often, but very prevalent.
even better is how he punches it to break it. That shows how dangerous these things are. And he flipped again.
Something very prevalent in backyard wrestling. You always have at least 3 overweight kids during a show that do not know how to use a belt, and you will see some kind of gluteus maximus action at some point, unwanted gluteus maximus action, at some point during every one of these things.
Whoa,
What is
who's
that?
this?
He got a mullet. That's all I know.
Oh, you tell him.
It's Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas is making the run-in.
And Butcher's still not selling at all.
Ah,
So you could probably cut off his leg and he wouldn't react at all. What's he gonna do?
this is the double team. Antonio Banderas perfected. It's called From Dusk Till Dawn.
Well, From Dusk Till Dawn just hit. And apparently that's not good enough.
Oh,
So
boy.
setting him up on the ladder,
Oh,
kicking him
oh,
in the chest,
oh,
and, you know, just bypassing his nipple right there.
oh, boy.
And look at this. And,
Antonio Banderas with the...
and you know, that actually looks reminiscent of a move I use.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, there's a
Oh,
wreck.
boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, well, this epic encounter is at an end, I guess.
Unfortunately,
Mercifully.
Jack. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm sure. And oh, did he just run off the fake ropes?
Antonio Banderas is getting his.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas, I don't know what his problem is. Maybe he's looking for a new movie contract.
I don't know.
But he's beating the crap out of the Butcher, and the Butcher's acting like a piece of dead meat.
This is called the Puss in Boots. Watch this.
Puss in
Ah!
Boots. I love how you go for different movie roles with his. I guess that's how he names his maneuvers.
I have nothing to do with the naming process, Jack. I just call him as I'm told.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. And, what a nice guy. He's helping him up the ladder.
This reminds me of a scene reminiscent from American History X. I'm not... Okay, they're not going to go there.
Okay,
Okay.
well, that's good. I don't want to relive that one if it's the same one. Good night.
That wasn't that bad, actually.
Oh, he's a werewolf.
You and me.
Antonio Banderas is now Teen Wolf, and he is angry.
Okay, well, apparently that is all we are going to see from this great action.
The butcher's dead.
Yeah.
The werewolf killed him.
Thank God.
The man wolf Banderas.
So for Darius Blackerson, this is Jack Campbell.
The hell was that? Yeah, that was something. I have no words. No words whatsoever. Well, thank you. Have a smoke and relax. Yes, the sarcastic commentary series. I'm hoping to film more of those next time Bobby's up for that. Because it's been way too long since we've just busted out some commentary over matches that depends on where it was held. If it was held in Japan, it would have been at least 6. But yeah, I figured that was. I'm not sure what they'd be in the Hall of Fame or what they would be in the Hall of Fame for. Definitely an epic match. I need to upload the other 2. Why haven't they been signed? Who knows? That's a question I couldn't even answer. At least the Butcher was nice enough to climb up the ladder for spots to be taken. That was kind of him. You know, I do need to. There's also another match that we recorded which was two guys battling literally in a ladder match over a bottle of Faygo soda. That's literally what the match was. It seemed very unnecessary. Which I have no words for. Greg, when Braun returns, what do you think they're going to do with him and Lashley too? I don't know. They might just write Lashley off of TV for a while, so both of them return at the same time. But Braun is actually hurt, and he probably needs like surgery of some kind. So that might be an angle to write both of them off TV, which might mean more time for other people. But eventually, I'm going to have to be. We've only got about a half hour left in the stream. Ken has been champion for virtually the entire time. Once that ladder match for a beer up my buddy's garden lasts about 15 seconds. We had a ladder with Budweiser on top. Mr. Anderson, how do I fight Greg in a ladder match over a bottle of Tabasco sauce? Did you feel like Shawn Michaels? I actually did some backyarding as well back in the day. So I might have to have some of those matches played. What I need to do is load up my Streamlabs software with a bunch of just random stuff that I can show while you guys are watching. Because I feel like me talking for 2.5 hours and not doing much of anything is not as entertaining as I would like it to be. Felt like Vince in Mania 22. Alright, guys. Give it another couple minutes here. I might not go all the way till 6. But if you do, if we get another super chat or we get another title reign here, perhaps. I've been going here for about 2.5 hours now. While I all love entertaining you guys, I feel like pre-pay-per-view ones are going to be better. Maybe I need to get on Riff's streams more often and plug my stuff, because that's why I seem to have the best ones. Is when Rift is in there. Mike D, do you think Shane is going to win the WWE title? I want him to. I really do. Whether he does or not remains to be seen, but I would like to see it happen. Braun's neck submission. Yeah, when he lifted people up and just like squeezed them to death. It's kind of like a modified bear hug. I remember the Pritch Farm numbers. So, where's that tool? Ron's Davey Boy Smith power slam is okay, and I felt generic like a choke slam. Well, he used to do the reverse choke slam for a little bit. I don't know, I kind of like the power slam for him. Ken says, I'd like to see Cherry versus Rift Aronson. Well, that may happen one day. You never know. Like the dream match you wanted to see but never happened. Shawn and The Rock. I wanted to see that one. They never crossed paths. Even after Shawn came back in 2002, they never crossed paths. If AEW gets a very good rating, even better than SmackDown Raw, that's the first thing Vince does, if anything. I doubt they're going to surpass Raw and SmackDown. They may. But it's going to be very different for them to achieve that. I remember reading last year that Vince almost pulled the trigger on Braun but got cold feet. Of course he did. Because he put the title back on Brock, which was a terrible decision. Dustin, I wish Owen and Brett had a match for the WWE titles. They had a few, actually. SummerSlam 94. They even had a lumberjack match where Owen technically won the title for a minute. I love replaying that clip, too, because it's awesome to hear Owen be announced as champion. All right, guys. I know I normally go until 6, but I think I'm going to call this one a bit early. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed the couple entrances I did. But next week is the pre-show to Extreme Rules, so hopefully we'll get a little more involvement with that one. I'll have some more videos just in case I need the break. But you can follow me on Twitter at PA Sensation. You can go to my Pro Wrestling Tee store, prowrestlingtees.com/PA Sensation. Go get one of the shirts there. Help support what I do. I'm hoping to have more designs up there if they'll let me. And I just really hope that we get that going. And if that doesn't work, then maybe I'll find a separate venue to put my shirts up. We'll see what happens. But until next time, until next week, this is the Pence and Break Cherry. Go check out all my stuff on my YouTube channel. My Luck in the Draw stuff, my Wrestling Rewind with Jeff, and go bug Aaron to see what's happening with Wrestling Trivia Challenge. Because I don't know as much as you guys don't know. I'll ask him. I'll tell him people were asking, be like, hey, what's happening with this? But next week I'll see you guys, and let's get some more wheel spins. We'll see what happens. Till then, take it easy, guys.